It's live. And here we go. Almost.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. We hope you are having a wonderful Friday. My name is Suba,
My name is Dylan.
and we are FreePlay. Welcome to FreePlay Fridays at 4. We hope you're doing well. Here in Toronto, it's very, very sunny. Cold, but sunny.
It's cold. Yeah, it's windy out there.
It is a little bit, but it's beautiful nonetheless. I'll take sunshine any day.
We've been saying to ourselves how fast the winter is going. This is our first winter home in quite a few years. I think for me, it's about 7 years since I had a full winter in Toronto, and I expected it to drag on. And I'll be honest, it's kind of flown by so far.
It's true. It's I've got nothing to complain about. That's for sure. So yes, we hope you are all doing well and you're happy and healthy and safe. International Women's Day is nearly upon us, so we thought we would create a show that celebrates all sorts of different women from different parts of the world and songs and styles from different parts of the world as well. So I'm actually quite excited about this show, to be honest.
We're very excited about this. There's
Yeah.
something that's coming up in just a second. We'll tell you about. I'll give you the house rules. I think we've got mostly a regular audience listening so far, so you know the drill. If you are watching on your computer, plug in those headphones, get yourself the full studio experience. Don't forget to drop some information in the chat. Let us know where you're watching. Send us some comments. We read all the comments after the show and occasionally try to sneak our eyes over during the performance. And of course, there's always lovely side conversations that happen. So by all means, keep those going. Also, a special happy belated birthday to Snyderman.
Yes,
Our dear
Rob
friend Rob
Snyderman.
who often watches the show and is part of our wonderful team at Sing Toronto. David Mayoko has also joined us.
Hello, David. Wonderful to have you.
We're going to tell you a little bit more about David's show later on in our show.
Yes.
But I think now it's time to get ourselves started. We're really excited about this one. I have always wanted to include this particular rock star of a
Rock star,
composer.
polymath, musical mystic. You can give any sort of descriptor, and I think she deserves it. Her name is Hildegard von Bingen. Yeah. Oh, seriously, I'm a huge Hildegard fan. We both are. We have been for decades now, and we've wanted to do this in FreePlay. We've talked about it, and it's been all talk for many years.
Quite a while. We've always wanted to start a show with a piece just like this one.
Yeah.
This is Hildegard getting the live looping treatment.
Yes, which is very exciting too.
I'd like to think that she'd dig this.
That's right. That's right. And the word for the day is tintinnabulation.
Yes.
Yes.
Here comes our first piece.
Oh
I could just swim in that space all day long. And we are still
Likewise.
swimming in that space.
We are swimming in that space. Yes.
I'm going to get us out of that space.
With this kind of live looping, we get to add our own effects ahead of time, as you can see. And so I'd like to think that we put you right in Bingen, in fact. You want to tell them a little story about Bingen?
By all means, Suba's going to tell the story about how we attempted to visit Hildegard von Bingen.
I actually passed the torch to you to
that's
tell
gonna
the
be
story.
me. Okay, so we have
I will interject though. Warning. You've been warned.
awesome. So we took a trip to Germany. We've gone to Germany numerous times to perform, and we took ourselves a little side trip to travel down the Rhine. Is that correct?
Yep.
Starting in Koblenz and heading down to Mainz.
Yep.
Driving south. There's beautiful medieval villages. There's castles, and the little place called Bingen, where Hildegard is from, is there as well. So Suba and I decided to take a little side trip as part of this trip. We rented a car. We got ourselves a GPS back in those days, and just for kicks, we left her in German.
That's right.
So
and then we didn't know how to switch her to any other language. We don't speak German. We occasionally sing in German, and we know how to order a beer and say please and thank you and hello and goodbye and good night and such. But that's about the extent of it.
And fortunately, we know the difference between our links and our rechts.
Yes.
Rechts auf Wien, links auf Wien. So we had this lovely German lady talking to us, trying to get us to Bingen to visit Hildegard. So we drove up. She takes us through this little town. She takes us up a hill. She takes us and drops us right in the middle of a vineyard. And she says, "You have arrived at your destination," in German. We said, well, we're in the middle of a vineyard. I don't think we're here. So we decided to turn around and try again, let her try telling us. So she took us to the village.
And then she told us
again.
we were 1,000 feet away after we had left the vineyard. And even though we thought we had arrived at our destination or close to it. So we went all the way around again.
We did this circle 3 times in total, trying to get this lovely German lady to tell us how to find Hildegard, and she keeps dropping us in the middle of this exact same spot in a road in the middle of a vineyard. And
Maybe
we look
she
over
knew something about us that we didn't know at the time about our love of wine.
That must have been it. So she takes us there, and we look over, and we look to our left about a couple hundred yards away. We see a couple of little low buildings, and we went, that's the monastery. And we found this little track that took us there, and we got to check out Hildegard's monastery. Now, unfortunately, all the signs are in German, so we didn't learn all that much. But
it was
we
beautiful, though.
We had a wonderful time in this idyllic German countryside in the summer, and we got to at least take in a little bit of the spirit of Hildegard.
Oh, so beautiful. If you do not know about Hildegard von Bingen, I strongly suggest, especially in the spirit of International Women's Day, she is kind of the woman for all women and for the entire universe. She is everything, like I said, musical, mystic, all-round genius.
And way ahead of her time, artistically and philosophically.
So progressive. Just brilliant on so many levels. And she got into a lot of the medicinal arts as well. I don't know enough about that side of her, but I'm very fascinated by that personally. So I'm going to do some homework as well. That was a piece called O Virtus Sapientiae, and it means, oh, wisdom, basically, guide me, wisdom, guide me in this world.
Well, it wouldn't be a FreePlay show if we didn't sort of demonstrate some eclecticism, and it certainly wouldn't be a FreePlay show if we didn't take a hard rechts auf Wien and head ourselves into a different vineyard of music. So we're going to take you from Hildegard to Sheryl Crow.
Of course.
Why not?
That's right.
You guys probably know this one. We want you to sing along if you do.
This ain't no disco. This ain't no country club either. This is our living room. All I wanna do is have some fun before I die, says the man next to me from I don't know where. And it's apropos of nothing. He says his name is Dylan, but I'm sure it's Dill or DB or Mac or Buddy or something. And he's plain ugly to me. And I don't know if he's ever had a day of fun in his whole life. We're drinking beer at noon on a Tuesday in a place that's famous for giant car wash. And the good people of the world are hosing and scrubbing and skirts and suits as best as they can. They drive their shiny Datsuns and Buicks to the phone company and the record store, dude. They're nothing like me and Dylan, though, 'cause all I wanna do is have some fun. I got a feeling I'm not the only one. All I wanna do is have some fun. I got a feeling I'm not the only one. All I wanna do is have some fun until the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard.
I like a good beer buzz early in the morning. Suba likes to peel the labels from her bottles of bud. She scrunches down by the bar and then she lights every match in an oversized pack, letting each one burn down to her sweet fingers before blowing and cursing them out. She's watching the bottles of bud as they spit on the floor.
Another couple enters the bar, dangerously close to one another. The bartender looks up from his wine ads, and all I wanna do is have some fun. I got a feeling I'm not the only one. All I wanna do is have some fun. I got a feeling I'm not the only one. All I wanna do is have some fun until the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard. Go, no, no, go, no, no, go, 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 no, go, go, no, no, go, no, no, go, 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 go. Otherwise, the bar is ours. The days and the nights and the car wash too. The buds and the matches and the clean and dirty cars. The sun and the moon. All I wanna do is have some fun. I got a feeling I'm not the only one. All I wanna do is have some fun. I got a feeling this party has just begun. All I wanna do is have some fun. I wanna tell you that you're the only one. All I wanna do is have some fun until the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard. Until the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard. Until the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard. Sheryl Crow. Yeah, you can't not think about California. And honestly, the sunshine is so lovely here. I guess you can't really see it on our shawls and such, but there's a lot of sunshine pouring in, sort of in this direction. Maybe you can see the brightness on my face there. Feels so good. Can't wait for the spring. Can't wait for the summer. That's going to be a beautiful thing. We're going to continue with yet one more live looping a cappella tune. This is a Cassandra Wilson special, and it's one of my favorites. I think this is from Blue Light Till Dawn, if I'm not mistaken. She's got a few albums that I know and love. Very soulful, a woman who really brings soul and jazz and blues together. And this song she actually does very, very fast on her album. It just feels like speech, fast speech. And in our case, we've slowed it down quite a bit. We do it a few times over. It's a piece called Sankofa. It's an African proverb that tells us we need to look at our past and learn from it in order to inform a brighter future. And in fact, our FreePlay album is named basically after that piece. It's called Go Back Forward. So you're welcome to check out that album. And here is Sankofa.
O Sankofa, high in the heavens you soar. My soul is soon to follow you back to yesterday's moon. Will it remember me back to yesterday's sun? It will rekindle me, rekindle the spirit into tomorrow, and high on the wind, Sankofa flies again and again. O Sankofa, high in the heavens you soar. My soul is soon to follow you back to yesterday's moon. Will it remember me back to yesterday's sun? It will rekindle me, rekindle the spirit into tomorrow, and high on the wind, Sankofa flies again and again. O Sankofa, high in the heavens you soar. My soul is soon to follow you back to yesterday's moon. Will it remember me back to yesterday's sun? It will rekindle me, rekindle the spirit into tomorrow, and high on the wind, Sankofa flies again and again. Sankofa flies again and again. Sankofa fly away. Use your little wings to fly. Oh, use your wings to Sankofa flies again and again. Sankofa flies again and again.
Thank you very much. Again, that's Cassandra Wilson. Again and again.
And again.
Again.
All right, Suba, I'm going to get you to do a little camera two-step for us.
All right, I can do.
And I'm going to turn off this reverb.
Excellent.
Yep, still there. Uno momento, por favor.
All right, I'm going to be over here now. Yeah, that's still one of my favorites. We've been doing that piece for a long time. And in various formats, starting off at our college or our university choir, We Be Jazzin', what was known as We Be Jazzin', the Winters College Killer Chorus. Yes, a big mouthful. Not a very snappy title, but there you have it. And then it was the late 80s and the 90s where we came up with that little name. Later on, it just became We Be Jazzin', and we took away the college affiliation, and now it's very coolly known as Weeby. I think it's all lowercase, making it even cooler. So we started off doing that piece with a few different voices, both male and female voices, and then I ended up creating both a soprano, alto, tenor, bass version of it for I can't remember which choir I wrote it for in the first place, and then I made an all-women's version, so SSAA, as we say, sopranos and altos, and yeah, it never gets tired, and of course making that loop version, it just allows for a lot of freedom. You could probably hear at the end, once we established our loops, we were able to just take off to wherever we wanted to go as the free birds that we are in that song.
All right, we are back, and we are back on our center camera.
All right.
And something Suba mentioned, Go Back Forward, as the name of our album taken from Sankofa. It is worth mentioning that today is Bandcamp Friday.
Oh, it is.
Which is
finally we know what day it is.
Yeah, well, I think we actually got it right this time.
Okay.
So Celia is going to double check that for us, I'm sure.
Thank you,
but,
Celia.
Bandcamp is a wonderful way of artists being able to sell their music independently. They take a smaller cut than something like iTunes, and they're very pro-artist. And so we've been happy to be affiliated with them. That's how we sell our albums. And if you're interested in checking out our album, either Go Back Forward, or actually this next piece, I believe, is on the album that came out before Go Back Forward.
That's right, our self-titled album.
That's right. So check out music.freeplayduo.com if you're interested in checking out some of our music. Suba, tell us what's next.
All right, this is an original of mine called Para Seguir, and it's a piece that I wrote when we were in Cuba a long time ago, and we were in Santiago, and we were at an art gallery, and in this art gallery I spotted a piece, and now I wish I had bought it, but there you have it. Regrets, whatever. It's okay. It's totally okay. It was a very simple and beautiful, colorful, if you know anything about Cuba, you know everything is very vibrant and very colorful. And this was a painting by a girl, and you see a girl on a bicycle, and you see a white bird above that, and you see one eye on top of that, like an eyeball eye. And I asked the owner of the art gallery what that painting was all about, and she said, and forgive me, I don't remember the name of this girl, this woman, but basically she was part of the revolution, and she wanted to change the world, and the whole idea was that the bicycle, the wheel, showed the idea of the revolution and forward momentum, and the bird was this kind of sign of a peace offering, and the eye above was the eye of God looking down on her to protect her and keep her safe. And it said para seguir on it, which means in order to follow, and the idea is in order to follow, we must lead. And that was basically the idea of this painting. And it, for me, it spoke of empowerment and beauty and strength and the change that we can make in this world as individuals, as a community. So it had so much meaning and resonance for me that it inspired this particular song. So this is the story I made about this painting, Para Seguir. There once was a girl who carried the weight of the world. She wanted to make a change and ideas started to swirl. She pondered and wondered what it meant to be free. Doubt in her mind, but a fire in her soul. She looked at the sky and saw a bird flying high, a snow white dove signifying pure love. She thought it must be a sign of hope and of peace. With fate in her hands, as she sang of sweet release, oh, para 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 la libertad, para 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 seguir in order to follow. We must lead. She sat in the yard, watching other children play. How can they just be who they are and not be afraid? She got on her cycle and paddled as fast as she could, with wind in her hair and the yearning to do good. In this world spinning, wheels turning, mind racing, feet burning, heart on fire, she started a revolution that was her only desire. She knew every movement had brought her closer to there, where she couldn't see, but it was where she had to be. Oh, para 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 la libertad, para 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 seguir in order to follow. I will lead to be free. Where did she go? I don't know, but she had to follow her soul. What could it be? All we know is she made some history. Ooh, being free. Ooh, da 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 da. Ba da ba 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 Para seguir. Thank you so much.
That is just a lovely song.
Thank you.
So if you want to find that one, that's actually on our first album. It's just called FreePlay Duo, and it is available on music.freeplayduo.com. And, okay, awesome.
What's that?
The next tune.
Oh, yes, that is awesome. You're right.
I'm just excited about the next song. What can I say?
I don't know where my mind went.
I'm going to leave
right
the
there.
reverb on. I'm not going to go walk over there and come back.
Oh, no. Walk-ins for suckers.
That's right. Walk-ins for suckers.
In this setup, it actually is for suckers. So, all right, here's a little Canadian tune for you. Not sure if you knew that. This is by Shirley Eichard, and it's one that was made famous by Bonnie Raitt, and it's one of my absolute favorite tunes. It's so much fun, and it's particularly fun in this in this duo setting. We haven't done it quite like this before.
We're used to doing this in our a cappella octet called Retrocity.
Yeah.
If you want to check them out, they're at retrocity.ca. Unfortunately, of course, we haven't had a chance to perform together in such a long time.
So true.
We did a virtual video a while back in the fall of Suba's arrangement of Hallelujah. But we haven't had a chance to sing together in a million years. We cannot wait till we get back to doing that again. But until then, we worked up a nice duo version, and yeah, it's kind of groovy just doing
It
this.
is fun. It's got this kind of down-home quality that I really like. We practiced this in front of our fireplace last night. Yes. Not to say that we ever spend more than a day working on an arrangement. We really do.
Sometimes we put some work into it.
Sometimes we do.
Sometimes we just pick up the guitar and go, does that sound good? Yeah, sure, okay.
Okay, let's leave
that'll
it then. Yeah, it's all good.
And when we do it, it goes something like this.
That's right. People are talking about people. I hear them whisper. You won't believe it. They think we're lovers, kept undercover. I just ignore it. But they keep saying we laugh just a little too loud, stare just a little too close. We stare just a little too long. Maybe they're seeing something we don't, darling. Let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love, love, love? I feel so foolish. I never noticed you act so nervous. Could you be falling for me? You took the rumor to make me wonder. Now I'm convinced I am going thunder. Thinking about you every day, dreaming about you every night. I'm hoping that you feel the same way. Now that we know it, let's really show it, darling. Let's give them something to talk about. A little mystery to figure out. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love, love? Let's give them something to talk about, baby. A little mystery to figure out. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love, love? Ooh, let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love, love? How about love, love? How about love, 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 love? How about love, love, love? How about love, love, love? So fun. That's so fun. There are always those songs where you just want to belt it out, shout it from the rooftops. That is one of them for me personally. So thank you for indulging me, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you sang along too. Remember, we always like to bring in those sing-along tunes. Some of you know it, some of you don't. That's okay. Groove along in your kitchens, in your living rooms, wherever you are safe and healthy and happy. We're going to continue now with a couple of vocal pieces. This next one is one that, for those of you who have followed us for a little while now, this is one that you've heard a few times now, but we wanted to give it at least one more shot because it's more suitable for the winter months than others. And that, of course, is Joni Mitchell's River. Many of you have heard the story. We created this arrangement for Janice Siegel of the Manhattan Transfer and Lauren Kinnan of New York Voices for their Vocal Gumbo show, what used to be Vocal Mania when it was live in New York, where we've had the pleasure and honor of performing as guests and as headliners. And they came to us very close to Christmas and said, hey, can you be part of our show? What we require is something that's unique content, brand new, something you haven't done in your live stream show. So we said, gulp, okay. And we created it on Christmas Eve. That's when the ideas started flowing. That's the way we spent our Christmas, which was really beautiful. And the show itself, I think, was December 29th or some such. So we didn't have a long time to put it together in that sense, but we're very, very happy with how it all came together.
It was a great way to spend Christmas Eve.
It
We're just sitting
was.
around, bashing out ideas at the piano, and the creative process was really quite very inspiring for this one.
Yes, it was.
Starting with the original piece, figuring out where we wanted to take it, all the elements that we wanted to add to it, how to make it into a loop song, and then notating a bunch of stuff so we wouldn't forget how it went.
Yes, yeah.
Merry Christmas!
We
It
knew
was
we
fun.
went. It was. That is a Merry Christmas to me, anyway. Beautiful. All right, we're just going to get to it then. This is River. Do 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 It's coming on Christmas. They're cutting down trees. They're putting up reindeer and singing songs of joy and peace. I wish I had a river I could skate away on.
They don't get a lot of snow here. It stays pretty green. I'm gonna make a lot of money and I'm gonna quit this crazy scene.
I wish I had a river
I could skate away on.
I wish I had a river so long I could teach my feet to fly. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby cry.
You know, he tried hard to help me. He tried to put me at ease. You know, he loved me so not. He made me weak in the knees.
I wish I had a river
I could skate away on.
But I'm too hard to handle. I'm selfish and I'm sad, and I lost the best baby that I ever had.
I wish I had a river
I could skate away on.
I wish I had a river so
I
wish I had a river so
I could
long I
teach
could fly. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby cry.
La 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 la
I wish I had a river so long. I wish I had a river to fly. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby cry.
I made my baby say goodbye. Thank you so much. That one is another one that really puts you in a place, doesn't it?
Exactly.
And Suba's often said, if you listen really carefully to all the reverb swishies at the end, they kind of sound like ice skates. And if you're synesthetic, as I feel like I am sometimes, you end up seeing images, and the image of somebody just sort of skating away into the dark winter night. There's just something really beautiful about that.
Absolutely.
David Mayoko, of course, we mentioned is watching. Thank you for that lovely compliment, David. David is a wonderful musician. We mentioned him last week. We met him in Puerto Vallarta when we were there close to this time last year. We were there in February. David is a wonderful pianist and an even more wonderful human being. And we saw him in the context of his Liberace show, which is absolutely fantastic.
So great.
Not only are the impressions and the looks and all the stuff that go with a show like that fantastic, but the guy just knows how to play the hell out of the piano. He's a really serious player.
So true. So true.
David does a show every Sunday night at 6:30. And we highly recommend that you check out that show. You'll see David's name show up in the chat. And David, if you want to throw the information in there about your show, I believe it is every week. And after we saw each other online last week, David sent us a message and said, "You want to come and be a guest on our show?" We said, "Hell yeah, we'd love to." So we are going to be guests on David's show on Sunday, March the 14th. That is a week this Sunday. So watch David's show this Sunday.
Exactly.
Everybody. And then go watch David's show again
Whet
next
your
Sunday.
appetite and then go back for more. Go back for seconds and thirds and fourths.
Suba mentioned this last week, but it's really wonderful. When we were in Puerto Vallarta working at Encanto Theater, one of the coolest things is that all the artists support each other. They go and check out each other's shows on their days off or when they've got a couple of hours off, and David came to all of our shows. And we got to see a bunch of David shows, and it was just a wonderful
Community.
sense of camaraderie and artists supporting artists. It's something that, especially in these challenging times, it's very nice to be able to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yay. Yeah. Collecting beautiful people. It's not hard to do. And it feels amazing when you do it. So we're very grateful to have met David and all of you who are tuning in. You are all friends. And as we say,
Y'all are our beautiful people.
You all are our beautiful people, and you are our family, our family during these times. With a lot of you, we feel like we've been able to kind of keep tabs on you or sort of converse with you more so than we would normally in non-pandemic days. So it's quite interesting.
We've been saying that being a touring artist is a little bit like having a whole bunch of one-night stands with an audience. They see you, they might hear from you again if they bought your record or if they stay in touch with you a little bit, but often it's a little bit of it feels like a little bit of a wham bam, thank you man kind of sort of thing.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about this situation that we find ourselves in, and now that everybody's live streaming, is we get a chance to build long-term relationships with you all. We're going
Yay.
steady.
Yeah. I like you.
Like really like you.
I like
You can wear a FreePlay pin on your leather jacket.
Oh, that'd be cute. We should do it in the way like the F for forte and the P for piano.
Totally.
Yes.
Lousy with virginity. Sing along.
Oh, that would be so good. That'll be a whole other sing-along show.
That'll be a whole other sing-along
Which would also be my dream, actually. that and the soundtrack of Saturday Night Fever, and we're set. We're done.
All right.
All right. So from the ridiculous to the sublime. Next up is a little bit of Buffy Ste Marie. And this is a song we have done. We had done this earlier on in the pandemic. I think we only did this in one show, perhaps.
Maybe only one, maybe a second show. I'm not sure.
It doesn't get a lot of airplay. There's no reason for that, really, except
for we can't make it through without crying.
We can't make. Yeah, there actually have been times that we haven't been able to.
Real reason.
Yeah, it's true. This is a beautiful piece called Universal Soldier. And it breaks my heart that it is so relevant now, maybe more so now than when it was written. And, you'll hear the story. It's a beautiful story. It's a heartbreaking story. And unfortunately, a very relevant story. It's called Universal Soldier, and it's by the amazing Buffy Ste Marie, who just celebrated a birthday, 80th birthday. Amazing.
Rock on, Buffy.
Yeah. Bless you, Buffy. That's awesome.
He's 5'2" and he's 6'4". He fights with missiles and with spears. He's all of 31 and he's only 17. He's been a soldier for 1,000 years. He's a Catholic, a Hindu, an atheist, a Jain, a Buddhist and a Baptist and a Jew. And he knows he shouldn't kill, and he knows he always will kill you for me, my friend, and me for you.
And he's fighting for Canada. He's fighting for France. He's fighting for the USA. And he's fighting for the Russians. And he's fighting for Japan. And he thinks we'll put an end to war this way.
And he's fighting for democracy and fighting for the Reds. He says it's for the peace of all. He's the one who must decide who's to live and who's to die. And he never sees the writing on the wall.
But without him, how would Hitler have condemned him at how without him Caesar would have stood alone. He's the one who gives his body as a weapon to a war, and without him all this killing can't go on.
He's the universal soldier, and he really is to blame. His orders come from far away no more. They come from him and you and me and people, can't you see? This is not the way we put an end to war.
Universal Soldier by Buffy Ste Marie. And now we're going to give you, we said that this was all about International Women's Day, and that's definitely true. Celebrating, as I said, a lot of women through their songs, through their compositions, through their, inspired versions of other people's pieces. This next one is a Dylan Bell original. Kind of nice and balanced. We had one of mine, and now we have one of his. And you might be saying, hey, he's not a lady. But he wrote this for his mom, and it's such a beautiful piece, so heartfelt, and I will let him do justice to the explanation of this piece, but we really hope you enjoy it. It's called There Always Was You. Are you all right there? All right.
Get that up and running, and I need a little bit of adjustment of mics and things.
All right.
There we go. I'm actually just going to center myself a little bit, Suba, while we do this.
You can take the whole screen if you want to for this one, Dylan.
I'll take a little more of it. There we go.
Do it. Own it.
So Suba said, I wrote this one for my mom. I was going through a particularly difficult period in my life a little while back, and I'm usually the last person in the world to ask for help. And things were getting rough enough that I really did need some help, and who's the better person to talk to than your own mom? My mom watches this show every week, and she's a lurker. She doesn't always sort of check in and talk on the chat and stuff like that, but she always sends me a lovely note after the show is over. And my mom was a role model for me growing up. She went through her own tough times and figured out her own way of getting through it. She's a fighter. She taught me that I was a fighter when I needed to be. And Mom, this one's for you. I guess I always had an easy ride, but when I landed I came down fast. I never was afraid of shadows. I never clamored for the past. But then I stared into the mirror, didn't recognize the man that I saw. I'd finally stumbled through the looking glass and couldn't find my way back home. A poster child for independence, I'd always make it on my own. But when your soul is smashed to pieces, it's the fool who goes strength must come from weakness, and letting go doesn't mean giving in. And though I had to learn the hard way, I guess I'm wiser in the end. And even through the ups and downs, I found there was you. And when my world was turned around, behind me was you. And even when I lost my way, beside me was you. There always was you. I'd love to say I came out grinning. I walked through fire and came out clean. And though that looks good on the pages, it just don't jive with where I've been. But you always said I was a fighter. I never believed you, at least until now. And though I'm nursing cuts and bruises, I know that I'll survive somehow. And even through the ups and downs, I found there was you. And when my world was turned around, behind me was you. And even when I lost my faith, beside me was you. There always was you. I catch myself longing for yesterday, as if the good things can never last. But how can I embrace the future if I can't make peace with the past? I almost let it take the best of me, and there are days where it still might be true. I close my eyes and I remember, and all I was, and all I am, and all I will be, gives thanks to you. There always was you. There always was you. Love you, Mom. Thank you, everybody.
All right. We're coming to the end of our show. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
How the heck did that happen? Every time it seems to go by faster and faster. time is elusive, as I like to say. I'm just going to take a moment here. Do you want to give the little housekeeping, little bits of
yes.
housekeeping, and also what? I can't remember.
I'll think of something. You can remind me.
Where's my brain?
We are approaching the end of the show, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. As we always say, we just love having you here every week. We love the community that we've built over the last many episodes. We're on, I believe this is episode 36. And the information, if you'd like to do this as a pay-what-you-can model, is right down there. You can see if you're international, it goes to PayPal. If you are national, if you're Canadian, you can send us an Interact transfer and just take a look at the information down there. Thank you again so much for joining us. We will be back, of course, next week. Don't forget to check out David Mayoko's show on Sunday at 6:30. I believe he does it on Facebook. With David, if you put the information in the chat, please do. And of course, we will be on David's show a week Sunday on March the 14th.
Indeed. Excellent. Lovely to see your comments. I just want to remind you that even though we don't always have time to respond to you in real time, we are looking after the show. We usually take a walk, grab a drink, check out all the chat. And I see that Mike caught me a little bit earlier. He's like, Suba just went off screen to fix camera 3. Yes, you are correct. We are our own engineers here.
Sound engineers, tech crew, marketing department, artists, composers,
Yes.
creators, arrangers, and chief cooks and bottle washers.
That's right.
And servers of beer after the show.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah. I don't tip myself well enough, though. Oh, well.
I'll make sure I give you a nice big tip.
I see that a few people from my city choir, past and present members, are here with us today. Welcome, welcome. Celia, of course, is one of them. My sister is another. And I see that Lynn is here from, where are you? Are you in BC, Lynn? I can't.
She said she's in BC.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for being here. I can't remember if you all were in the choir when we did a song called Rise Up, but we decided we wanted to end with this uplifting piece by Lorraine Sagato of the Parachute Club. So lots of great Canadian content here today at FreePlay Fridays. And please join us in singing this song. It's tremendously uplifting. And with that, we want to thank you all for being here with us for this hour. As you know, Dylan Bell, Suba Sankaran, together we are FreePlay. We have a couple of albums, and we will continue to do our FreePlay Fridays weekly. Certainly for the next
I also wanted to remind people that if you were only able to catch some of the show, if you had to leave early, if you're watching in another location where this is awfully late, we replay this show on Sundays. If you're in Toronto, it's really early. It's at 6 a.m. It's for the benefit of our European and Asian friends. So I think it's on 11 a.m. in London, 12 p.m. in Berlin, 4:30 p.m. in Mumbai, 7 p.m. in Beijing and Taipei, 8 p.m. in Tokyo. Is that right? Yes. 9:30 in Adelaide and 10 o'clock in Sydney, Australia.
I love it. You're a human world clock.
That's right. That's right.
iPhone be damned. I have you instead.
That's right. I'm not a good alarm. Don't ask me to wake you up. It's bad news. And if you want to catch your fitch, if you want to binge us like Netflix, we keep our shows archived on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/freeplayduo. So if you ever want to catch a show, if you felt like you missed one, if you just miss us, if it's hard to go from Friday to Friday, then that's where you can find us.
Yay! We would love that, just so you know. All right.
Here we go.
Here we go. This is a little bit of Rise Up.
Rise up
this to end. We want dancing, wanna run in the streets. We want freedom to live in this peace. We want power, wanna make it okay. Want to be singing at the end of the day. Children to breathe a new life. We want freedom to live in this peace. Everybody rise up, rise up, rise up. Ooh, rise and share your power. Rise up, rise up. Everybody dancing to the sun. Rise up, rise up. Oh, it's time for celebration. Rise up, rise up. Spirit's time has come. Ooh. Talking about the right time to be working for peace, wanting all the tensions in the world to ease. We want to love and run wild in the streets. We want to be free. We want to be free. Talking about a new way, talking about changing our names, talking about building the land of our dreams. This tightrope's gotta learn how to bend. We're making new plans. We're gonna start it again and again and again and again. Rise up, ooh, rise and share your power. Rise up, everybody dance. Rise up, it's time for celebration. Rise up, spirit's time has come. Oh, rise up, ooh, rise and share your power. Rise up, everybody dancing to the sun. Rise up, ooh, it's time for celebration. Rise up, spirit's time has come. My time has come, your time has come, his time has come, her time has come, my time has come, your time has come, their time has come, everybody's time has come. Rise up, rise. Thank you so much. We love you. Be happy, be healthy, be safe. We will see you in 1 week's time. Thanks.